Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global Television AM News. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. President Bola Tinubu has asked the Senate to confirm the Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Yemi Cardoso as the chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Apex Bank. The newly constituted MPC will hold its first policy meeting under Cardoso between February 26 and 27. The appointment was contained in a letter from Tinubu addressed to Senate President Godswill Akpabio and read on the floor at plenary. Vice President Kashim Shettima has arrived at the venue of the swearing-in of Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri and his deputy Lawrence Erudagbo in Yenagoa. Diri and his deputy Erudagbo had earlier at the Samson Siasia Sport Complex in Yenagoa for their second-term inauguration. They will take fresh oath of office to be administered by the state's Chief Judge, Justice Matilda Ayemie. The Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Kwong, is also gracing the event. Also, our former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, among other dignitaries. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has administered the oath of office on 3 new senators who recently won by-elections in their respective districts. They are Pam Nwadok, Action Democratic Party, Platoon North, Anthony Ani, All Progressives Congress, Ebonyi South, and Mustafa Musa, All Progressives Congress, Yobe East. They were subsequently led to their respective seats after the swearing-in during plenary in Abuja. Uyi Agbomofuegbe has details.
During plenary, the upper chamber also went into closed-door meeting with the service chiefs owing to the worsening security situation in the country. Security chiefs in attendance include Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of the Air Staff, and Chief of Naval Staff. Aside security issues, the lawmakers also were concerned about Nigeria's economy. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, was also in the Senate chamber with lawmakers. Uyi Agbomofuegbe, Global Television News.
Now, about 60 members of the Federal House of Representatives are currently seeking an amendment to the 1999 Constitution to transition from the current presidential system to the parliamentary system of government. Led by a lawmaker representing Lagos State under the All Progressives Congress, Wale Raji, the lawmakers identified the need for reducing the cost of government and robust policy debate, among others, as some of the reasons for demanding a return to the parliamentary system of government. Meanwhile, following a 10-hour closed-door meeting with service chiefs and some key ministers discussing rising insecurity, the Senate has expressed satisfaction with how the service chiefs have been managing the security situation in the country. The Senate said it was impressed with the determination and focus of the service chiefs in addressing the situation. It urged them to continue to be steadfast in ensuring the security of lives and property. The closed-door session was held primarily because of the nation's worsening security situations, as there has been a rise in insecurity across Nigeria, with almost daily cases of killings and kidnappings. The Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum, NGSF, has called on the federal and state government to declare state of emergency on substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking in Nigeria with a view to mobilizing resources to tackling the pandemic. The call was on one of the resolutions in a communique signed by chairperson of the forum and First Lady of Kwara State, Ambassador Olufolake Abdulrazak, issued on Tuesday, 13 February 2024, at the end of a 2-day drug prevention treatment and care DPTC training organized by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. NDLEA for wives of state governors in Abuja, while acknowledging the urgent need to take control and reinvigorate the state drug control committees. SDCC for optimal functioning for the states that have won. The governor's wife stressed the need for the federal government and state governors to declare state of emergency on illicit drug use and trafficking pandemic with a view to mobilizing resources to tackling it. Nigeria's security chiefs have resolved to use the National Identification Number, NIN, and the Bank Verification Number, BVN, for identifying and apprehending criminals. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Publicity, Yemi Adaramodu, disclosed interagency rivalry and the lack of synergy between security agencies had been identified as some of the challenges of Nigeria's security architecture. Insecurity has worsened in many parts of Nigeria with daily reports of killings and kidnappings. This necessitated the meeting the security chiefs had with the Senate. The Nigerian government has requested the assistance of the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, to hunt and arrest 3 defendants in the alleged withdrawal of $6.2 million from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, last year through a forged document. The Office of the Special Investigator of the CBN, Jim Obaze, made the request after obtaining an order of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The office, through a letter by its head of operations, Eloho Okpoziakpo, named the defendants as Adamu Abubakar, Imam Abubakar, and Odo Ochene. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had earlier charged Ochene, who is at large, alongside former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, before the Federal High Court in Abuja with stealing the said sum under the presence that it was requested by the presidency to pay international election observers. The Minister of State, Labor and Employment, Nkiruka Onyeji-Ocha, hosted a meeting between the federal government and organized labor to stave off the planned strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress deadlocked. The Pali in Abuja could not convince the unions to suspend the strike slated for February 23rd. This was as the Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria threatened to down tools by February 27, 2024 if the federal government failed to implement the agreement it entered into with the association in 2020. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in an interview sought the understanding of the union, saying they are optimistic Labour will see reason and strike will be averted in the interest of the nation. Now, the House of Representatives has tasked the Federal Ministry of Health with taking decisive action against hospitals and healthcare facilities refusing to treat accident or gunshot patients without a police report. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion by Odianosin Okoje, APC Edo, at plenary on Tuesday in Abuja. Earlier, Okoje said that the provisions of Section 1 of the Compulsory Treatment and Care for Victims of Gunshot Act 2017 provide that every hospital is to receive and treat victims of gunshot wounds with or without police clearance. According to him, hospitals and healthcare facilities have an ethical and legal obligation to preserve human life regardless of the circumstances. Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has called on the federal government to consider annual review of national minimum wage because of inflationary trend and value of Naira. Joe Ajaero, NLC president, made the call in Abuja at the second National Labour Adjudication and Arbitration Forum, organized by the National Employees Consultative Association, NECA. Ajaero said government should have a rethink on the 5-year cycle of minimum wage because it was not favorable to the Nigerian workers. According to him, no matter the amount negotiated, it would have been eaten up by inflation before the end of the 5-year cycle. There is a need to tinker with the law providing for 5-yearly renegotiations of national minimum wage to allow for yearly adjustment of wages based on the rate of inflation and value of the Naira. Moving on, the Nigerian police force has raised alarm over the increasing cases of involvement of the Nigerian youth between the ages of 20 and 25 in criminal activities, ranging from kidnapping to gun running nationwide, urging parents to be alert and give their children proper home training. The alarm was raised through the first public relations officer, ASP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, while parading 26 suspects for various offences. Kike Lomo Okere tells us more.
Numbering 26, these suspects on parade for various offences ranging from kidnapping, unlawful possession of firearms, gun running, courtesan, to mention but few. Items recovered from them includes 10 sets of military camouflage uniforms, 10 pieces of camel pack, 12 military hats, 3 cardigans, 3 t-shirts, 2 belts, and 3 anklets were recovered from the suspects. Police also recovered weapons which include 6 AK-49 rifles, 2 SMG, 1 locally fabricated AK-47 rifle, a revolver, 290 rounds of AK-47 live ammunition, 4 AK-47 magazine, 2 SMG magazine, 2 pump-action rifles, a Dane gun, 2 Volkswagen cars, bags containing several illicit drugs, 2.2 million naira cash, and other dangerous weapons. The force spokesman says police operative acting on credible intelligence launched a manhunt and arrested a suspect over illegal possession of prohibited firearms in Kaduna.
Each of these individuals played a distinct role in perpetuating crimes that have been instilled fear and anguish in communities across the nation. Since when you don't start this business?
You want to speak the truth.
Okay.
Abinda ke akwai ni ban san wannan bawan Allah shi mai gidan Hanza wanda ke daji ana ce mai Ma'azu Hanza ya tura mai lambata.
That one man in the bush who is boss to Mohazu, that one bandit in the bush, that Hamza sent his number to him.
It's true. To daman akwai wata makalkashiya wadda shi wannan mun taba faɗa da shi.
That the ones have grudges with Hamza.
Shi sai yake dan ban san shi ba ma ido da ido shi mai gidan Hanza.
I don't even know the man face to face.
Sai ya kira ni.
He now called him.
Sai bani buhun dawa guda 4.
He now gave him bag of millet 4.
Da buhuna da empty robobi.
With empty robbers.
Da empty robobi da empty jarakai.
And empty jerrycans.
Da kore. Kore wannan.
Okay, the story there is that they used to bury hams inside bags of greens under his seat as he has the golf.
Following the ongoing investigation into the daily killing and unrest caused by rival secret cults in Edo State, operative from FID and IRT also arrested Edosa Obasui, Abu Mary, Endurance, Monday Utubu, and Esther Abu Mary in Ekpoma area of Edo State.
A search of their residences led to the recovery of 2 pump-action guns, numerous voter cards belonging to different individuals, 19 live cartridges, 4 expended cartridges, 1 wooden carved gun, that's a dummy gun, illicit drugs, charms, and their cell phones. During interrogation, they affirmed that the killings in the state were carried out by the Eye confraternity as a result of the rivalry between Eyes and Mafites. Edosa Obasui, where in Edo?
Ikpoba-Awka local government area.
Ikpoba-Awka local government. Are you a student?
No, sir.
Are you a graduate?
No, sir.
Did you go to school at all?
A school cert holder.
School cert holder.
Yes, sir.
What took you to cultism?
It was one of my bad friends that involved me into that.
Use the mic, please. Use the mic.
It was one of my bad friends that involved me some time ago.
Involved you? How did he involve you? What did he tell you to convince you?
He deceived me. That is the best way.
Furthermore, the operative of the FID SCS also intercepted the movement of military accoutrement from Kaduna to Zamfara State, precisely Shinkafa local government area. The suspects were said to have been supplying military camouflage to notorious bandit Bello Tunji and his gang members, who in turn have been terrorizing the state.
Are you a soldier?
I'm a civilian, sir.
You're a civilian. What are you doing with the uniforms, all these accoutrements?
The uniform come from my best friend.
Your best friend?
Alasan, yes, sir. He is Air Force, Nigerian Air Force.
He's still serving?
What, sir?
Is he the staff? Abi don't come out.
Yes, he's a staff.
He don't come out.
Yes, he don't come
out. We
out.
don't commercial him.
Yes.
He don't come out. What did he say make they take and do?
He sent it to Bello Authority.
What did Bello Authority they do?
They are aware that uniform.
To do what?
To go to operation.
Which operation?
Kidnap it and something like that.
The force is, however, resolute in its plans to dismantle all criminal syndicates, particularly those supplying arms and ammunition to bandits, before going after the main criminals. Adejobi further reassured the commitment of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, towards ensuring the safety and security of all Nigerians and the foreigners alike. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has said that the excessive heat being experienced in the country presently will remain for a while. NIMET disclosed this in its weather and climate update posted on its official X page. The agency in the post also outlined the weather's implications and provided guidance to the public on how to manage the situation. NIMET said air temperatures hit 41 degrees Celsius over the north and 39 degrees Celsius over the south, with model projections indicating temperatures to remain high in the coming days. The National Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Osun Command, says it will continue to partner with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, to fight crimes and drug abuse. The NDLEA State Commander Chidi Nadi made this known when the Osun NSCDC State Commander, Dr. Adaralewa Akintayo, paid him a courtesy visit in Osogbo. Nadi said that both commands would not relent in their synergy and strategies towards ensuring the safety and lives and properties of people in the state. He commended the NSCDC boss for the visit, adding that it would further foster unity in achieving the set goals and mandate of the security outfit. As part of measures to secure the nation's capital, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has placed a 20 million naira bounty on 2 wanted kidnappers terrorizing the territory. Kike Lomo Okere reports that Wike made this commitment in Abuja when he paid a working visit to FCT Police Command.
Upon arrival at the FCT Command, Wike was received by the Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, and then proceeded to inspect the guards on parade. Addressing the officers, the minister, while commending the new Commissioner of Police for the successes recorded so far since his assumption of duty, promised to provide all the needed support to win the war against insecurity in the Federal Capital Territory. Wike further placed a bounty of 20 million naira on 2 kidnappers, Dahiru Adamu and Abu Ibrahim, who are currently on the wanted list of the FCT Police Command for kidnapping in the nation's capital.
Just give it a You said it's remaining about 2 or 3 persons. Okay, let me put money on their head. So wherever they are, send their men out there I'll give them 20 million naira. Go and fish them out, wherever they are. Use that money on their head. I want to see them live or dead.
Earlier in his remark, the Commissioner of Police, FCT Command Bennett Igwe, warned criminals to stay off Federal Capital Territory, saying the war against insecurity will be extended to the neighboring states like Niger, Nasarawa, and Kaduna State to make FCT a safe space. He further reiterated the commitment of the police to secure the lives and properties of residents.
Mortgage housing estate in Kabusa. They have finished, they have confessed to that, Your Excellency. They are responsible for the kidnap in Keti village, Fulani resident, where the Alhaji Sani, many people know the area is a popular place. They are responsible. They are responsible for the kidnap of a gate man and her madam in Kabusa estate. They are equally responsible for the kidnap of Mr. Sunday Zakwai and 4 others. Mr. Sunday Zakwai, the district head, they killed him. They have equally confessed that, Excellency. They are equally responsible for the kidnap. That was what led to our arresting them yesterday. The 2 staff of the Ministry of Defense, the Defense Estate kidnap. This is their work. And we recovered the sum of 9 million naira ransom from them. The money is here. They have in their cart. We recovered their guns. We have not finished. The husband of the other 2, that's the people that are remaining, were for us to complete their actions, sir.
26 suspects who specialize in kidnapping and playing part in Kabusa, Keti kidnap cases, as well as killing of the district head at the Army Estate, were paraded among others. Kikelomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Now on the foreign scene, the United States National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, has provided pictures of the location where the helicopter Access Holdings Chief Executive Officer Herbert Wigwe crashed. Wigwe, his wife, the son Chizi Wigwe, and former Nigerian Exchange Group Chairman Abimbola Ogubanjo crashed in a helicopter close to the California-Nevada border near Halloran Springs. The images, released after Michael Graham, a board member with the NTSB, said they had visited the site and outlined the activities conducted on the first full day of investigation at the accident site, show NTSB officials observing the wreckage at the site. And that's it on the AM News. Many thanks for watching. Don't forget to on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. My name is Queen Agaba. See you again.